Hello everyone. It's been a very long time. Wow. So, where to begin? Last video I made was for my 21st birthday back in August, so about 6 months ago. And a lot has happened since then. So, shortly after my 21st birthday, I started working for the Food and Wine Festival, and it was great. I made some new friends. I loved working in a park. I loved being able to experience a new side of Disney, because being at a resort, it's not very Disney-y. It's not, I didn't feel like I was working for Disney World. I felt like I was working at a hotel, which I was. It just happened to be a Disney hotel, so woo. But anyway, I loved being able to work in a park, and I loved being able to experience a new thing. However, since the Food and Wine Festival was so large, there was so many kiosks, even just in my little area, I did not build the connections and friendships the same as the people I had at my resort at All Star Movies. So it was kind of hard for me to like build those friendships, so I felt kind of just, I just kind of went into the flow of things during that period of time. So needless to say, when it ended in November, middle of November, I was excited to go back to my resort and have that closeness with my leaders again and my coordinators and my fellow cast members. So I went back, and then I did that for a month, and then it was good. Definitely wasn't the same as the relationships I had built in the summer, because they kind of all left at the end of summer. But regardless, I still had good friends and a good support system. So during that time, I had applied to extend, and surprisingly I was accepted. I changed my role from food and beverage to a PhotoPass photographer. So let me tell you, for anyone who has been a CP, you know how hard it is to get that role. Or if you aren't a CP, it's hard to get that role. It's a very desired role, and when I applied to extend, genuinely I was ready to leave. I was okay with leaving Disney World, but I applied and only put PhotoPass photographer as any of my options. It was my first, second, third, fourth, and fifth choice. So basically, I either got PhotoPass or I was leaving January 6th. So to my surprise, I was accepted, and I genuinely didn't think I was going to be. So, needless to say, when January 6th rolled around, I finished at my resort as a quick service cast member and transferred to PhotoPass at Animal Kingdom. It was amazing. I'm just going to tell you, I loved PhotoPass. Like, loved it. It was my dream job, genuinely. Like, if I could have picked any job at Walt Disney World, it would have been PhotoPass. I'm not as much into photography as I would like to be, but it definitely had gotten me there, and it made me realize how much I do love photography, and it was amazing. Even though it was like, I was taking people's pictures in front of like the Tree of Life and like just random backgrounds. Like, it was nothing spectacular. I wasn't even character trained, but I still loved it, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world. But shortly after I extended my program, like 2 weeks, not even, the boyfriend I had at the time, we broke up. We had a kind of complicated relationship, but being with him made me realize how much I genuinely appreciate and crave genuine connections with people. It's so cheesy, but with him, I genuinely saw a future. We'd only been together for a few months, and since I extended my program, a lot of my friends from Fall Advantage, or even just the fall program, left. Majority of them left. I only had like 2-3 friends that stayed to extend their program as well. And so when we broke up, I felt like I had lost a big chunk of me. In part, I did, because I saw him a lot. I felt very alone at Disney. I had friends, but I never felt emotionally connected as much as I would like to have been to the people that were in my life at Disney, except for him. He taught me a lot about emotional and mental maturity, and I've always been a people person. I know that. A lot of people tell me I have this energy that people are drawn to me and I'm easy to talk to and blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm so happy I am that person because I love building those types of connections with people. I love opening people up, and I love getting to know people. Being with him made me realize that, because before him, there was a pretty long period in my life where I didn't think I wanted kids because I was kind of convinced I was incapable of love. I have always been pretty independent, physically at least. I left home at a pretty young age, and I've kind of just been on my own ever since. I put up a lot of walls. I closed out a lot of people that care about me, including my family and some friends and things like that. And I just genuinely thought, like, you know, I have my own back, which regardless, have your own back. But I brought it to the extreme. I convinced myself that I was meant to not get married, and that I was going to be the fun aunt, and that I was going to travel, and I was going to do this, and I was going to do that. And I didn't think I needed anyone. Which, in reality, that is not the truth at all. I am very much dependable on other people. I am a huge extrovert. I am kind of bad at sitting and doing nothing. I am independent physically, but I've come to realize I'm not independent mentally or emotionally. I just love people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I crave connection and realness from people, and I think a lot of people do, but not a lot of people are actually willing to admit it. And I was like that. I was very afraid to admit it because I took a lot of pride in being independent, but in reality I'm not, and I'm okay with that. But regardless, when we broke up, I felt very alone at Disney, and it wasn't even a week after we broke up, I self-termed and came home to Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is insane because I left home, like I said, at a very young age, and never in a million years did I think I would come back. I took a lot of pride in leaving at a young age, but the more I reflected, the more I realized I was just kind of running away from my problems, and I was kind of tired of running. I learned with him that in order to become the person I want to be, like deep down in my core, the person I want to be, not the fake person I thought I wanted to be, not the aunt, the cool fun aunt that travels, not the person that doesn't need anybody. The person that I am down to my core, which is the person that craves human interaction and loves deep talks with people, and the person that loves love, I needed to take a step back and realize who I am. I've had a lot of childhood traumas. I have a lot of emotional baggage, and I don't think where I am in life I'm going to be able to genuinely get the happy, healthy relationships that I want in the future. So not even just relationships being a significant other, but relationships being with my family and my friends. I push people away because I thought I was okay with it. In reality, I'm not. I'm not that person I thought I was, and I know I can't live a happy life without other people. I may be able to, but I don't want to. I want to be able to have people by my side to celebrate my success with, and have people to build me up and support me when I need it, because for once in my life I opened up to people about the situation I'm in, and it's blown my mind the support I have had, and it has felt amazing. It has, I don't even know, like it's literally changed my outlook on so many things. It's been just a huge relief. And it makes me feel good. I'm getting close to my family again. I'm getting close to people that I kind of lost friendships with. It's just been a complete 180. I was very skeptical at first. I was very nervous and scared. But the more I do it, the more I realize how much I'm actually helping my future self. My future self wants to get married, and wants to have kids, and wants to be happy and have connections with people and be a person that people can turn to, and to be a person that lights up a room. And I know in order to be that person, I need to take a look at my own childhood traumas and my own emotional baggage and learn how to cope with them and how to adapt so that I am able to be the actual best person for my future self, but also my future friends, my future husband, my future kids. Like, I need to be that person for my future because that's what I want. I want to be happy and healthy emotionally, mentally, and physically in my future. So it kind of hurts because it's hard. It's really hard, and it's only been like a month and a half for me, and I haven't even really like dug that deep. But I'm gonna start going to counseling, and I've surprisingly opened myself up to the idea of religion, which is weird, and I don't know, I'm trying things that I never thought I would have done. Like, my number one thing I thought I would never do is come home to Wisconsin. But here I am. And so at this point, I'm opening up myself to new things. I might actually be a different person than I thought. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not posting this video to get pity or a thing to be like, hey, I'm home in Green Bay, who wants to hang out? Like, no. I'm posting this because I have a lot of good friends that are supporting me and that know about my situation and have continued to support me and continue to look up to me, which is insane. It's like, literally, it warms my heart because the amount of support I've been given once I open myself up is crazy. Like, I was so worried about being judged and feeling bad about myself when really I was the only one who was feeling bad for myself. No one feels bad for me. I continue to have support from friends, and they tell me, even though this may be a setback in my life and that I'm kind of taking a moment to regather who I am and my thoughts, that they still look up to me, which is crazy because I'm struggling daily, like a lot, but yet they are inspired because they realize how mature it is of me to do this. It took a lot out of me to realize this is what I needed to do, but I'm so thankful and I'm so proud that I am, because I don't know, I probably would have just continued to run from my problems and my own emotions and would have never genuinely got to who I want to be. I know that if I can get through this, and if I can not necessarily rewire my brain, but learn who I am and learn how to cope with this properly rather than drink, have sex with a bunch of people, turn to drugs, I'm becoming the best person I can be. And nothing wrong. Some people are at different stages in their life. I've definitely turned to those other temporary reliefs. And that's probably the easier way out. I'm gonna be real. It's way easier to do that. But I know after continuous cycles of that it doesn't help me. It doesn't make me become who I want. It just is a temporary fix and isn't something that I value. And what I value is being the best person I can be. And I just know that as much as this hurts and as much pain that I'm going to experience, that I'm just helping myself, and I'm so proud of myself for that. And I get where they're coming from. Like, it's crazy to me that people still just like support me, even though like I still feel crappy a lot of the time. But like, I also know like that I am genuinely helping my future self, and I'm thankful that I was able to realize that. And I just know like this is like my first step for my future. And I'm excited. I'm posting because I want to let other people know that it's okay. You know, I've been depressed, I've had anxiety, and people should really stop being afraid. People should really embrace who they are and be okay with it, because it is okay. Everyone has their own shit happening in life. Everyone has their own personal demons, and genuinely, if we just learn to help and support each other, like, you're gonna get through it. You just have to be able to open up and for once lean on the people that care about you, even if you think you're gonna be a burden, or maybe you're not as close to them as you used to be, or maybe it's someone you've never really even talked to, but you need people. Like, as much as you think that you don't, you need people to support you and, like, to lean on, and you can't do it on your own. Just stop running and stop being so strong all the time, because that's where I'm at. I'm so tired of being strong and doing it on my own. I'm so exhausted, and I'm so excited to see where I go in life from here, because I just know that once I get through this, there's nothing stopping me. And sorry it took me a long time to post this, but I have wanted to make this video for a long time. But every time I come in front of the camera and I sit down and try to talk to you guys, I just cry. And so I'm really proud that I made it through without crying. So here's the video for you. And like I said, I'm posting this to tell people, like, it's okay to not be okay. And I'm sure there's people in my life who saw me, like, posting on social media that I'm home and were questioning. Maybe I have higher hopes for people who care about me than they actually do, but I took a break from social media for about a month, and now I'm finally starting to post again and putting my location, and people are questioning it. And so this is my confessing video. I'm home, Green Bay, Wisconsin, taking a step back, learning about who I am, and becoming my best self. And it's gonna be a long, hard process, but I'm ready. And I am who I am, and I have no regrets. And it's hard. I'm gonna say that. It's really freaking hard. But I know this is exactly where I'm meant to be in my moment. And I'm just proud. I'm ready to start living for my future. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one.